Welcome to Friends and Neighbors. I am your co-host, Sandra O'Neill, with my wonderful, fabulous, amazing co-host that has been here for 25 years, and I love so much, Sherry Tatum.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I
Yes.
really wanted that.
Yes, you're awesome. Thank you.
But guys, we are here with some amazing, amazing guys.
Yes.
The name Eddie James and Tommy Woodard. They are the Skit Guys, and y'all, during this time that there's so much heaviness happening around us, isn't it awesome that God gives us a promise of laughter and joy? You know, His Word says, rejoice in all things.
Yes.
Patient in trouble, and keep on praying. And I am holding on to Romans 12:12 because, whew, do we need it now?
Well, you know what, too, Sandra? The Lord, the Bible says that laughter does better than a medicine. And I'm thankful that we have these two gentlemen, the Skit Guys, that can make people forget for a little while and laugh.
Like
Amen.
bacon, and I want to talk to them right now because we need some
Smells
bacon
like bacon.
Yes.
I love
Hey
it.
guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
The two friends, y'all been friends for how long?
Since high school. Yeah, we've been friends since 84, maybe 85, something like that. But we've been friends since high school, and we've done theater together, and we started doing ministry comedy like this, and we've traveled all over. It's been a wonderful, wonderful blessing and experience.
So y'all started in high school with your thespian theater. Did you guys meet in theater itself?
Yeah, we did. We met in high school theater, and then that just progressed from there. We started doing skits in church, and then other churches, and then making short films for churches, and just we keep doing. God keeps opening doors. We keep walking through them.
That's right, being obedient to His leading. I love that. So when did you all start finding out the need of when people were asking you, hey, how long have you guys been friends? I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, my best friends are my sisters because they have to like me, right? They're not
I'm
going
your
anywhere.
best friend.
You are my best friend.
Your BFF.
But I'm wondering how long, I mean, how do you cultivate your awesome friendship? What kind of advice and wisdom can you share?
Do you have a bacon bit for us on that?
You bet. We have numerous bacon bits in the book. One of them is what we call stab your friend in the front. Instead of stabbing your friend in the back, we stab in the front. Proverbs talks a lot about what it looks like to cultivate good friendships, to be a good friend. But when we don't talk behind people's backs, but we actually go to them and, stabbing in the front, that sounds kind of gross and grotesque in a way, but you're basically doing some surgery on character aspects of a friend's life, something that you've spent time with them. When you do life with somebody, you get to see kind of the stuff that doesn't really work, the character flaws. When you can stab someone in the front instead of talking behind their back, we help a friend. So I would say that is one aspect, a bacon bit, if you will, that's helped Tommy and I over 34 years to be good friends. We go there with one another, and we build each other up as iron sharpens iron. One friend sharpens another, and that's what we've been able to do in this friendship.
Hey, how about this? Do you make each other laugh?
Oh, Sherry, I mean, yes.
With your skits.
Yeah. Listen, we decided.
Are they from real life experiences?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, when you see us, whether it's on a short film or on stage, it's just an extension of our friendship. We're the same way in the car. We are constantly laughing, We believe that life should be fun. We should be filled with joy, and we should enjoy each other's company. But nobody makes me laugh harder than Eddie James.
Oh, I love that.
And it's the same way. Remember the Carol Burnett show when Harvey Korman and Tim Conway would do something, and Harvey Korman, if you've ever seen the Carol Burnett show, Harvey Korman would just be laughing. And if you ever watch us on stage or like he said in the car, he just cracks me up. He just makes me laugh. Yeah.
Aww. Well, you've got here in your book, you've got what steps do you have to go through, or what qualities are you looking for in a good friend? How do you know? What do you tell people? How do you find a good friend these days?
Tom, you want to start?
Yeah, I think we like to say this. You find a good friend by saying, first of all, by saying yes. I mean, we kind of have become these closed-in people, you know. I go to work, I come home, I go to work, I come home, and somebody, you know, invites me to do something, and it's like the first answer is always like, no, I don't think so. But just start by saying yes. I mean, be open to the possibility that this acquaintance that you make could become a great friend, you know. And we always look for, we say, oh, I don't have any great friends. Well, you don't start off with great friends. You start off with acquaintances that you say yes to, you know? And we like to add a caveat. Whatever the yes is, it needs to be healthy, good for you, and legal, you know? So that's
That's a good point right there.
Well, you know, Jesus said, or the Bible says that a friend sticks closer than a brother. But how do you know in the beginning that that person would stick closer than a brother to you and have the integrity and compassion, the empathy that you're looking for? You have to have something to go by when you meet someone to say, I think they'd be a good friend. I want to be a good friend to them. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say 100% on that. When we get to know people as acquaintances, I think, and especially for the Gen Zs and the millennial generation, I think we can. The millennials are so great because, you know, they've made this concept of the open table, so to speak. We're all going to gather around the table. We're all going to get to know each other, and that is a beautiful thing. So when you sit with someone, you're going to know as acquaintances, hey, I think I gel with this person, or I think I have good koinonia with this person. And it really is what Tommy said. After that, you kind of take some chances. You take some chances on relationships to go, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I think those are when you start figuring out, you know, who you are. That's what you become attracted to in a lot of ways. And when you have the same similarities as far as, okay, Christ and character and values and all those things, that's when you start watching a friendship grow. That's when you start watching things develop.
Absolutely.
I think the hard part is when we see somebody and we go, oh, I really like them, and you give and there's a wall and they don't give back, it kills us at times. But if we can have the balance of going, some people we're going to say yes to and they're not going to say yes back, and we have to be okay with that. But we take that really harsh. We take that really hard when it's not reciprocated.
And you know, Eddie and Tommy, okay, so is there a difference? I mean, I know the answer, I think, but
Yeah.
I mean, what is the difference between a friendship that, like yours, a male friendship, and a female friendship? Is there a difference there? And can you expound on that?
Yes, we cry
Okay.
a lot together. That's it.
Yeah, there's only one difference. We don't go to the bathroom together. I mean, that's really it, right?
Gather together.
No.
That's a conference room.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
we're-
I know between Sandra and I, we've been friends, what, 5-6 years
A little bit
now?
over that, yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've cried together. We've laughed together. We've shared children's stories together and my grandchildren's stories. And every time that we come to the studio, I can tell Sandra, honestly, I've been missing you. And I do, because I miss her integrity and her friendship, because she's been a true friend to me. Absolutely.
Likewise.
But I want to ask the question. I need to
Go
ask
for it.
this question. And it's so funny. A chapter that you have that says, why don't you hug me? Now, I'm a hugger. Now, I want to know where that came from. How did you come up
Tommy?
with that?
Yeah,
Tommy, go for that one.
and I'll answer that first question is, I don't think there's a big difference between male friendships and female friendships. I think you all are more open with your feelings and your words than we are, but I think the same sentiment it's in there, it just doesn't come out of us very well. The answer to your question about hugging, Eddie and I were both in college, and we come from different families. My family is a hugging family. I mean, we get together, it's hugs, it's I love you all the time and all that. Eddie's family was like, I love you. If it changes, I'll let you know, you know? And so we would have these times where, we'd be together and we're parting ways, and I'm going to give him a hug, and he was just like a dead fish, like I'd be hugging him, like, and so at one point it was bothering me. He could tell it was bothering me. I wasn't going to say anything. My personality, I'm very, I don't want to ruffle the feathers, anybody's feathers or anything. And so eventually he's like, "What's wrong?" We're sitting in my car outside of a YMCA, and because we just gone to work out in college, and I was like, "What?" And it's no dude that says this to another dude, and I was just like, "Why don't you hug me?" He's just,
I love it.
"What?" And I'm like, "You don't ever hug?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." And so we had this little discussion. We have a title in the book there called The Tunnel of Chaos. We went through a tunnel of chaos and came out on the other end. And it was really that deal of going, okay, hugs matter to Tommy. And so, yeah. And you listen, here we are 30 years later. When we part ways, there's always a hug.
I love that. It's the transparency and the courage also to say that, because in friendship, sometimes, you want to say something, but you're like, again, I don't want to ruffle the feathers. I don't want to look presumptuous, and I don't want to come across this whole shaming thing. I was like, I didn't know. Was I shaming someone else? Dear Lord, help me, Jesus.
But Sandra, a true friend, and guys, don't you think so? A true friend will tell you
That's right.
when you're wrong. And when things should be righted. And you say it not in a condemning way, but in a loving way. Don't you feel that way?
Oh yeah. I think that's part of the what we were talking about, stabbing in the front, so to speak. There, Jesus did it so great. There was truth and grace. Truth that comes across so harsh, and grace comes across. If you're just truth, it comes across just harsh. And if you're just grace, it can become kind of milquetoasty, right? But there's that beautiful blend of truth and grace. And when we do that to a friend, I love you, not but. I think the word but can be such a harsh word. I love you, and I, with that love, I see this inside you. You get angry a lot, or I love you and you compare yourself to others, or I love you so much and I see this in you. You put yourself down all the time. Like that's the trueness and the greatness of friends, male or female. When two males can do that, there's some beauty in there. I think it takes one person to go there in order for that to happen, and then the other person goes, "Man, this guy loved me enough to say that to me. This is goodness.
Exactly.
There's a lot of goodness here." Yeah.
Exactly. I believe that. I have my dear friend of about 55 years, Elaine Lively. She's Blake Lively's mother. And she and I have been friends for 55 years. She can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's done it, to tell me what's going on out in California or what problems she's having with her children and all that. You know what? That doesn't upset me, because I know that she needs my help at the moment. She needs me to reassure her that everything is going to be okay. But I think a true friend, when you're truly friends between each other, doesn't matter if you call someone at 3 o'clock in the morning, because you know they love you and you love them and you got their back. And I think that's part of being a friend, is having someone's back at all times, not just the good times.
Yes.
Am I right?
You're 100% right. Yep, 100%. We never, when we're, it's the little things like this, like when we're in crowds and stuff, we call it never leaving a man behind. Like we will, even if there's a line of people wanting to talk, take pictures, whatever, or if someone's in a conversation, I will never just leave and walk away. I will always wait for Tommy, and Tommy will always wait for me. And that's just a small description of never leaving a person behind, never leaving a man behind. But when you have their back, you stay, you wait, you talk to them at 3 in the morning. There's a beauty in the back and forth. And when that's reciprocated, that is really beautiful. That's when you go, this is a friend for life here. There's goodness here. Yeah.
It really is. It's a
believe
gift,
that.
and you follow the golden rule, right? You treat others the way you would want to be treated. You know, I want to hear what you all are doing currently. Are you all on a tour? I know you have their book, Smells Like Bacon, and my next question is going to be, how
love
did you
it.
get the title? I really want you to share that. So what are the Skit Guys doing? Where can we find you all? I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get like a car and go find them. I need to laugh some more in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's a great question. And the great thing is you don't have to get in a car. You can, but you don't have to. If you go to skitguys.com, like we make short films for families, for churches. There are so many short films there that you could sit down and watch with your family there. So you could do that. We are starting now. Things are opening up again. So we're, doing some different shows. We just did a show last night in Mississippi. And so we are traveling some. We do have the book that just came out that we're super excited about. And then in the spring, we have a movie that should be coming to the theaters, and we're excited about that too.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so can you give us a little
Yeah, a little bacon bit.
tidbit about the movie?
Yeah.
I'm
Eddie,
super
I'll let
excited.
you do that.
Yeah.
It's called Family Camp, and it's about, and so many families go on these trips, during the summer called, to family camp and everything. So Tommy's character is a guy that goes to church occasionally, and my character is a guy that goes all the time, and they end up having to share a yurt together, and so. So lots of two different types of families coming together as one. But we really do. We believe laughter breaks down walls for truth to enter. So the great movies that you go to or that you like or you want to share with someone, they've made you laugh at least 13 times, at least 13 big laughs. So if we can have a movie come out and we can have families laugh, I mean, the onus is on us, right? Especially with a faith-based film. We got to make them laugh at least 30 times. So I hope that we can get people to go into movie theaters. There's no bait and switch. Because the only movies that are somewhat clean now are cartoons and superhero movies. But there are no of these live narrative comedies that a parent would be sitting there going, oh, golly, what's it going to say? So we've made a movie where parents can bring anybody, and they're going to laugh, and the kids are going to laugh.
Refreshing.
We've double dipped. We've double dipped the system there, and so we're excited. We're really excited. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited as a mom of a 9-year-old. It's been a different world in Hollywood movies that I've really been intentional on what she's able to watch and take in. But tell us real quickly, because we're about to leave y'all. But tell us about your book, the title, and again how we can reach you.
And how we can get your book.
Yes.
You got it. My wife and I were living in a parsonage, and it already stunk. It smelled like old pastor and cat urine because my wife's cat couldn't hit the litter box. And my buddy Eddie, he was burned out on ministry and needed some time off, so he came and lived with us. But he happened to be on the Atkins diet at the time. So every time we left the house, he's throwing bacon and eggs in, cooking, and just so much bacon. And my wife came home one day and she just said, Tommy, why does the house smell like bacon?
That's how Smells Like Bacon came. Guys, it's been a pleasure, and I wish we had more time, but we will look for you the next time.
Yes.
God bless you.
God bless you both.
God bless you.
Well, welcome back to Friends and Neighbors, and of course I'm Sherry, and this is Sandra. Y'all know us very well by now. But we're talking with the Skit Guys earlier and about friendship, and friendship is so important, don't you think, Sandra? To each individual, you have to have a friend, I think, a good, especially girls or women, to go shopping with.
Yes. To go shopping with. I love it.
Nothing else. And to talk about our woes with our children and being pregnant and working and husbands and all the things above that. But with you, what do you look for in a friend?
I look for someone who is compassionate and that really takes a good listen to what you're saying,
Right.
you know, and someone that makes me laugh. And because I know that what I need a lot is understanding.
Yes.
To be felt like, yes, I mean, it's that the mutual understanding of each other. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that you can laugh, you can cry with that person, but then I think God also gives you different friends for different seasons.
I do
and
too.
different friends in the same season with the gifting for you right when you need it.
Yes.
You know, like you can go shopping and you've got your friend that can literally make you laugh and say to you, no, that makes you look short and that makes you look wide.
Dumpy.
You know?
Yeah, you look dumpy in that. I
You
don't
know,
like that hairstyle on
exactly.
you. Yeah, and you're still okay. And I think too, a friend will stay with you through thick and thin. And a true friend, there's a saying that says a true friend will shake your hand in success, but will wash your feet in sorrow.
Oh, that's right.
And who washed our feet?
That's right, Jesus.
Jesus. And who's our example?
Jesus.
Jesus.
You know, and I love that because the other thing is, you know, friendships are there to really help polish you, right?
Yeah.
And I love what the Skit Guy said about this is when you have a friend and then you start feeling that animosity or maybe you have resentment or you have some jealousy and you don't want to clap on, way to go! I'm so proud of you! You know, but you know, if you do it and you say, hey, I'm kind of like I'm so proud of you, but God blesses that. God blesses you cheering on your friend. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think a friend nourishes the friendship, nourishes
Yes.
you, the individual. I think a true friend will give more than they take.
Right.
If that makes if that makes good sense, because we are givers. Women are the givers in this world. And I hate to say men are kind of like takers, but I've often thought that women and men don't have that same kind of friendship. Men versus women, because women bear their soul one to another. They don't hold anything back.
Right.
I don't think. Maybe we say too much.
Maybe. Errol's like, hold on, she's getting to her point. She's getting there. Don't lose hope on her. You know, but it's true because I've got my friendships that you do. Like if I'm talking to Errol and I'm like so passionate about what I'm going through, and he's like, I mean, he's had such a hard day, and I've had a hard day too. But I need to talk about it. I don't need anybody to fix it. But that's when your friend comes in and you're just letting her know. I will tell you, just recently, going through so much processing things, I went on the track field with a friend of mine because we were waiting for our daughters to get out of dance class. So we're like, why don't we just walk for a half an hour? I will tell you, we walked for about an hour and a half, did not think about it.
Wow.
The only way that we started thinking that we were just walking around that track is because my hip started hurting. I was like, why is my hip hurting? So we looked at our Apple Watch to see how long we had walked for, 7.1 miles.
No
Because we're just
way.
like, but we were walking and just talking because we were solving the world's problems.
Yeah.
I mean, now we just need to implement them.
Yes.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of friendship that you can get there, and you're walking the track, and you've lost track of time, and then at the end of the conversation, you feel encouraged.
Right.
You feel like, you feel understood, and it's that tandem friendship.
And like someone really took interest in what you said and believed that you had a bit of wisdom to impart to them.
Right.
But don't you think that Jesus said in John 15:13, I have to read this, no one has greater love than this, to lay down his life for one's friends. So don't you think that the sacrifice Jesus made for us shows me that he sticks closer than a brother, and that we should have that same kind of thing with a friend and be there, accept them for who they are.
Yes.
And don't try to change that person so much. Let them be who they are, because I've had friends that say, try to will you laugh a lot? Will you laugh too loud? Will you? Yes, okay, I can tone that down a little bit, but that's who I am.
Right,
You know, you
right.
got to be
Celebrate
who you are
with your
in a
people.
friendship.
Yes.
Yeah, you just have to be. And I think that a true friend will be there, the hard times, the good times, whatever you're going through, they'll be there with
You're right.
you. They will help you through that situation. And I don't think there's one thing in giving someone good advice, or there's a way to condemn, be condemning in your advice.
Right, and make them feel shameful. And
Yes.
you can disagree. You can disagree with your friendships. You can have complete different viewpoints. But what you just said about the scripture, it's the reflection of Jesus. What is your response? Are you going to respond in grace?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
going to
it.
respond in judgment? And, you know, this word of, well, you should, you know, what I have taken should out of my vocabulary. I really have, because
Good.
that really tends to demean that person. So I really tried to say, you know, I hear what you're saying, and exactly what Eddie was saying. Remember that but? One of the things is when you're wrong, say, I am so sorry.
Sorry.
Period.
Yeah.
Nothing, I am so sorry, but you know, I was
But,
going
yeah.
through a lot. No, that just demeans your apology.
Right.
I love what he said. I am so sorry. And will you please help me figure out how to make it right?
Amen.
How can I help you, your feelings through this?
Absolutely.
I think that's an important way to say things. So just refocusing, building other people on, cheering them on, even when you don't want to.
Yes, absolutely. And being able to let that person, if they need to cry on
Cry,
your shoulder,
yes.
be there for that friend.
You know, I just read Romans 12, the whole chapter, and in that chapter it says, later down there it says, weep with the ones who are weeping,
and laugh.
laugh with the ones who laugh.
And that's what you and I do, and that's what we hope you do out there. And we hope to see you again here on Friends and Neighbors. God bless.
I love you.